Good afternoon. Today we'll tell about the causes and possible consequences of the UFO invasion in the US. In December 2024, residents of the northeastern USA began to massively report sightings in the sky, unidentified flying objects. Eyewitnesses simultaneously observed dozens of aircraft that moved at different speeds, sharply, changing directions and suddenly disappearing. On December 15, 2024, airport operations in New Jersey were suspended due to mystery object activity. The U.S. government does not give clear comments on the nature of the flying machines. As a result, panic is growing in the American society, and many are convinced that the world is on the threshold of an alien invasion. In November 2024, small unidentified drones were sighted over 3 U.S. military bases in the United Kingdom. The U.S. Air Force Europe Command confirmed these incidents but was unable to determine if they posed a threat. In December 2024, residents of New Jersey and other states began reporting daily sightings of hundreds of eyewitness reports, with the FBI's investigative unit receiving thousands of eyewitness reports. People describe the apparatuses as glowing orbs or strange spaceships. Their size varies from very small to impressive. Eyewitnesses have observed apparatuses the size of an SUV and even a bus. According to U.S. residents, the objects do not look like airplanes and helicopters. They move chaotically and sometimes hover in place without making any sound. Some of the mysterious spheres are very noisy. On the contrary, some of the apparatuses move in coordinated groups. While some people have noticed sporadic sightings, the strangest thing about this situation is the reaction to the unidentified objects from the administration of current President Joe Biden, or rather, the lack thereof. Officials remain silent or limit themselves to generalities. In particular, representatives of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security say there is no evidence that the unidentified objects pose a threat to public safety, and that they are somehow connected to foreign organizations. John Kirby, Strategic Communications Coordinator for the U.S. National Security Council, states that sightings of unidentified objects include a combination of legitimate commercial and amateur drones and drones belonging to law enforcement agencies. In addition, airplanes, helicopters, and even stars have been mistaken for vehicles. At the same time, American President-elect Donald Trump, who will take office in January 2025, is of the opposite opinion. According to Trump, the U.S. does not comment on flying objects because it wants to hide the truth from the people our military knows, and the current president knows where these drones came from. But for some reason, they want to keep the people in suspense. Trump said he himself suggested that all unidentified objects should be shot down. In fact, it is obvious that both the Biden administration and Trump himself know about the origin of the flying objects, while the invasion agenda is being actively promoted in the masses, which could become another global spectacle for the people. Recently, the topic of UFOs has been gaining popularity in the media, or actively used in clips of famous performers, Hollywood movies, cartoons, and commercials. Programs on the main federal channels of various countries have become more and more often devoted to this topic. In addition, about extraterrestrials, authoritative scientific figures who openly confirm their existence, doctors specializing in healthcare, and scientific figures who openly confirm their existence. In America, periodically held scientific conferences on extraterrestrial life cases with unidentified flying objects in the U.S. are another step in preparing the public for the alien invasion. To understand how real an alien invasion is in the near future, it's important to understand what these creatures are. According to the official version, is the inhabitants of one of the planets in the vast cosmic space. In fact, the so-called aliens may be inhabitants of the lower worlds, that is, demonic entities. Under the invasion of aliens can mean the manifestation of the demonic world, that is, the restructuring of people's perception of reality. It's believed that in early childhood, babies see all these entities, and younger children with still younger brains try to replicate their eminence. While Cecil Trout, his colleagues, describe the physical presence of many abstract things, but blatantly teach them to focus their attention on ordinary things. As a result, our consciousness creates a kind of shield that protects the psyche from the negative impact of time. A person acquires full confidence that nothing extraterrestrial does not exist. However, if you purposefully switch people's attention to the unrecognizable, you can achieve the opposite effect. If we are guided by the theory that people's thoughts in the aggregate form our reality, then the constant emphasis on the theme of aliens contributes to the realization of this scenario. The most unbelievable events can become reality if the majority believe in them. This is exactly what happened with the recent trendy disease, which, under the influence of mass fear and continuous media coverage, has gained real power in the case of aliens. Media content alone may not be enough, as it is a more unimaginable scenario, and that's why the Blue Beam project may come to fruition. It involves the creation of a huge 3D show of holographic figures in the form of projections of flying saucers and descending aliens, which are already being observed all over the territory of America just the same, and may be the realization of the Project Blue Beam if it is true that in the near future the show will gain momentum. Belief of the majority of people in the fact that the alien invasion occurs in reality will allow real demons to penetrate into our world. In addition, under the pretext of saving from aliens may be adopted laws limiting the rights and freedoms of people. Anxiety among U.S. residents is growing by the day as darkness falls. People are coming out into the streets to see unidentified objects for themselves. Many of this sighting causes fear and real panic. American citizens complain that they do not feel safe. They are frightened by the unknown and the lack of any information. Negative emotions they feed the demonic entities and give them power. So soon the plots of fantastic movies and music videos may become our terrible reality. If such a scenario does come true, it is important not to give in to the provocation and to keep understanding that all this is just another show for the people. Hiding behind the threat from space representatives of the elites will establish a new world order and limit the freedom of people, which is already almost non-existent. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, put likes.